Hello everybody, Vanilla here, back at it again with another video, and let's have a chat. So, boho style. ARTIFY kindly sent me another one of their sets that includes boho style colors. And what I wanted to kind of incorporate in that was, okay, since it's boho colors, there should be a boho fashion style that I could draw my characters in. And so I searched up what boho style actually looked like, and to me, it seems merely impossible to translate that into my style. To make things a little bit simpler, since I only draw men, I searched up boho style for men, and I found virtually nothing. I did end up searching up one thing, which was, what does the boho style mean exactly? According to the internet, men's boho styles encompass unstructured silhouettes, nature-inspired fabrics, and mildly unkempt clothing. In short, look like you don't care what you're wearing but make it fashion. And that gave me one word to think about: disheveled. Instead of doing boho style, I went with a disheveled look. Stay tuned because you'll see what I mean by that. But first, here is the lovely box that the markers came in. I haven't opened it yet, but I received it a while ago and I finally had the time to make this video, so we're gonna open it right now. Right off the bat, I noticed that it was beautifully wrapped. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know any other marker company that did this. So props to ARTIFY to making it look really aesthetic. Here are the ARTIFY boho markers. This set comes with a swatch card that's pre-printed and a swatch card that you could color in, and something really cool, these color stickers that you can manually color on the markers and you could wrap around your marker or just keep for reference. One thing right off the bat that's really convenient about this case is that it could fold over so that your markers could lay on their side at an angle to help with storage. Here's what one of the markers look like. They come in like an oval shaped barrel, and something about this set though is that it comes with a chisel nib and a bullet nib. So it's not the usual brush tip, so that's one thing you could beware about. Before we get into the actual piece, I will do some swatching and talk a little bit more about these markers. This set of 48 ARTIFY markers, boho edition, comes at $49.99 on the Amazon site and $45.69 on the ARTIFY site. And if you use the link in my description or the code in my description, one or the other, you could get an additional 15% off on that. I'll elaborate on this more on the pros and cons section, but the variety of colors in this set are limited due to the fact that it is a thematic set. But regardless, these markers were fairly juicy, and when I do the blend test later on in this video, you'll see that it blends very well despite it having the bullet nib, which is known to be a little bit harder to blend with, well, in my experience. Here are the completed swatch markers. This is what the marker looks like compared to the cap, and it's very similar actually. There is a good range of vibrant and pastel colors and a good amount of dark colors with each color family. I also went ahead and swatched out the potential colors that I'm going to use for this piece. So now that that part is over, let's talk about how I interpreted that definition of boho style. To reiterate, boho style from what I get is messy but put together. So like not organized but organized at the same time, question mark. So here is my character Lucky. Normally he's a very put together guy. He's one of my most put together characters, to be honest. In order to give him that messy aspect, I drew him like this. He's drunk. So I've never actually thought about what my OCs would look like drunk, and I really had a fun time thinking about how Lucky would be the most put together character, well, one of the most put together characters I have in a drunk setting. I feel like he would be a clingy drunk. He's not put together anymore, essentially, but he's a put together guy, normally. So is this really not just boho? I think I'm stretching, but that's how life works. So enough rambling, let's get to coloring. Moving on to the pros and cons of these markers. Firstly, the packaging was amazing. I love the way that the box could fold over and turn into ample storage. It blends very well. I'm always surprised at markers with bullet or fine tips that allow for great blending, and I feel like that comes also with the amount of juiciness the marker has. It has the right amount, which is also very good, and in this set I found no dry markers, so that was also a pro. We already know that in marker sets that are on the cheaper end of the spectrum, there will be some markers that are faulty in the set that I've experienced before, but with ARTIFY that has never been a problem for me, so it's really trustworthy in my opinion. And speaking of which, the price is amazing for the quality. It comes down to $1 or less per marker, which, knowing how well these markers work, is very good for me compared to the Copics that I normally use. Now, this wouldn't be a normal vanilla video if I didn't show you guys how I normally perform with my Copic markers, the markers that I use most often, and comparing this to the way I performed with the ARTIFY markers, it really goes to show that quality goes a long way, and it doesn't really matter the kind of clout that a marker brand has. As long as it works well, it will work well with your style. Hey guys, this is day 2 of filming and quick intermission. I am terribly sorry for the delay in a sketchbook tour. I am super tardy with that. I have a lot of excuses, but let me just not do that and tell you how much I have left in the sketchbook. So I have this much left in my sketchbook, and this is like around 30 pages, but if you guys don't know, I tend to draw double-sided, so that's like 70 something pages. But now that I'm on summer break, I'm pretty sure I could grind this out. Hopefully, I really want to finish it soon and get a tour out for you guys. So yeah, so if you're wondering where the sketchbook tour is, that's how much I have left. So wish me luck, guys. On to the video. Now, for the cons of these markers, or this set in particular, they do only come in a fine or bullet tip. If you could handle it, please do give it a shot. It is very easy to use, honestly, but yes, they only come in the fine tip for now, which I would love a brush tip soon. Fingers crossed. I don't know. ARTIFY, this is for you. As I mentioned, it was a thematic set, so there's not very much of a range of colors. Rather, there are a lot of shades of one color to fit with the theme. And I find this to be actually a good addition to a collection. So if you already have like the main colors in one set, I feel like this would be a good addition to your collection. But then again, please beware of duplicates. I haven't checked it thoroughly, but I know there are like 1 or 2 duplicates, like with the 108 set that I have. But to me, it wasn't really that much of a problem since there were more shades to use, and I have an extra marker to use if one of them runs out. And to be honest, I normally do say that bleeding is an issue. Like, obviously, these do bleed, they are alcohol based, but when I checked, these markers bled way less than usual, and I did like 2,000 layers, so that surprised me a lot. If you guys would like a further review on how these markers perform, please do check out the other videos on my channel. I have one more ARTIFY video that explains how the 108 set of their brush markers work, and that was a very fun video to record, so I hope you guys do check it out. Here is the completed piece of my disheveled boy colored with the ARTIFY BOHO set. If you guys enjoyed that review, please do check out the link in the description below. It will give you 15% off of their site, or use that code for the same thing. So without further ado, if you guys liked this video, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button. I post once every blue moon, so hit that notification bell if you want to as well. Yeah. I'm Bun, and I'm confused.